If you are looking for the best Lenovo laptops, well, you're in the right place. We've dug deep and conducted extensive research, and now we're breaking down the absolute best Lenovo laptops. We're talking about the perfect balance between price and performance, tailored for different scenarios. If you're eager to find out which suits you best, don't go anywhere. Stick around till the end because we've got all the links for the best prices in the description below. No specific order, just the top contenders in the game. Ready to dive into the world of best Lenovo laptops? Let's get started. Number 5, Lenovo Legion Pro 5 Gen 8 16. The best Lenovo gaming laptop we've tested is the Lenovo Legion Pro 5 Gen 8 15 2023. This 16-inch model is available with AMD Ryzen 7000 CPUs and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 40 series GPUs, up to a 4070 running at a whopping 140W TGP, total graphics power, with dynamic boost. You can choose between a 165Hz or a 240Hz display. Both have a QHD+ resolution and support VRR to reduce screen tearing. Every CPU and GPU configuration can push high frame rates, but if you want to play all your games at 1440p, getting a model with an RTX 4060 or 4070 is best. RAM and storage max out at 32GB and 1TB respectively, though both are user upgradable. As for the build, it isn't the most premium feeling laptop since it's a mid-range model, but it still feels sturdy and well built with a mix of metal and plastic. Its bulky design makes it hard to carry around, and the battery lasts less than 5 hours of light use. It has a tactile keyboard, Wi-Fi 6E wireless connectivity, and a wide port selection, including an HDMI 2.1 and Ethernet. Neither the CPU nor the GPU throttles under load, but the fans get pretty loud. Unfortunately, there are no biometrics for quick logins. The Lenovo Legion 5 Pro is outstanding for use as a workstation. Its AMD Ryzen 7000 CPUs and NVIDIA RTX 40 series GPUs can easily handle demanding tasks like video editing, programming, and 3D rendering. You can also do some color work, as the display has full sRGB coverage and is well calibrated out of the box. There's no thermal throttling on the CPU or GPU, but the fans get pretty loud. The SSD is incredibly fast, and like the RAM, it's user replaceable. Its wide port selection includes an HDMI 2.1 and plenty of USB ports, so you likely won't need a dock. However, neither USB-C ports support Thunderbolt or USB 4. Number 4, Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 3i Chromebook 14. Our best cheap pick is the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 3i Chromebook 14 2023. This 14-inch model is a great option for younger students or anyone needing a simple device for light productivity tasks. In many ways, this model provides a better user experience than the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 3i 15 2023 above. It's more portable since it's a smaller 14-inch device, and it has a brighter display to combat glare. Battery life is also better at around 13 hours of light use. However, the keyboard feels mushier and causes some fatigue over an extended period, and the touchpad isn't quite as responsive. The most notable difference is that it runs Chrome OS, which is more limited than Windows, as you can only use web-based and Android apps, and Linux apps with some tweaking. As such, it isn't ideal if your work or school program requires specific Windows software. You can configure this laptop with an Intel N100, N200, or a Core i3-N305 CPU. We recommend the latter, as the N100 and N200 are much slower and only suitable for those with an extremely light workload. Unfortunately, there's no fingerprint sensor or facial recognition camera. The Lenovo IdeaPad 3i Chromebook is good for media consumption. It's very portable, and its battery lasts over 12 hours of video playback, giving you plenty of time to get through multiple movies and TV show episodes. Its 1080p display looks sharp and gets bright enough to combat glare. However, its low contrast makes blacks look gray in dim settings. Unfortunately, while the speakers get very loud, they sound tinny and unnatural with almost no bass. The Lenovo IdeaPad 3i Chromebook is inadequate for use as a workstation. Its Intel CPU and integrated graphics aren't powerful enough to handle demanding tasks, and you can only get up to 8GB of memory and 256GB of storage. Also, it runs Chrome OS, so you're limited to web-based apps and Android apps from the Google Play Store. Number 3, Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 3i 15. The best budget Lenovo laptop we've tested is the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 3i 15 2023. This 15.6-inch Windows Ultra Portable is available with various Intel 13th Gen CPUs, from a Core i3 to i7, and up to 16GB of RAM and 1TB of storage. The Intel CPUs are low-power processors, so while they're fast enough to handle light productivity tasks like text processing and web browsing, they aren't ideal for demanding workloads like video editing. For the display, the cheaper configurations come with a low-quality TN panel. You'll have to spend more if you want to upgrade to an IPS display. The keyboard feels comfortable to type on, and the touchpad is small but responsive. Ports include two USB-As, a USB-C, an HDMI, and an SD card reader. The USB-C supports video output and charging, but not Thunderbolt 4, which is unfortunate but expected for a budget-friendly model. It has a fingerprint sensor built into the power button for quick logins. Its biggest flaw is its short battery life of around 6 to 7 hours of light use. The Lenovo IdeaPad 3i is decent for school use. It feels sturdily built and it's easy to carry around thanks to its compact design. It has a 1080p display that provides plenty of room for multitasking, a comfortable keyboard, and a small but responsive touchpad. Its Intel CPU can handle light productivity tasks, but isn't ideal for demanding workloads. Also, it's only available with integrated graphics, so it isn't suitable for students in technical fields like 3D design. Unfortunately, the battery lasts only 6 to 7 hours of light use. The Lenovo IdeaPad 3i is mediocre for gaming. It's only available with low-power CPUs and integrated graphics, which aren't powerful enough to handle graphically intensive games. It also has a slow 60 Hz display with no VRR support to reduce screen tearing. Number 2. Lenovo Yoga 7i16. If you prefer a cheaper mid-range model, check out the Lenovo Yoga 7i16 2023. One of the best Lenovo laptops we've tested in 2023. This 16-inch 2-in-1 convertible is available with Intel 13th Gen U and P-series CPUs, which are plenty fast for general productivity tasks like text processing and spreadsheets. Its 16-inch display gives you ample room for split-screen multitasking and supports pen input. Depending on the region, you can get a bundle with a stylus. Otherwise, you'll have to buy it separately. There are two display options, a FHD Plus and a QHD Plus panel. We recommend the latter, as it looks sharper and gets brighter to combat glare. The battery lasts around 12 hours of light use and charges quickly over USB-C. Regarding ports, you get two USB-As, two USB-C Thunderbolt 4s, an HDMI, and a microSD card reader. There's Wi-Fi 6E wireless connectivity, and biometrics include a fingerprint sensor and a facial recognition camera. The keyboard gets a little warm under load, but thankfully the fans remain quiet and thermal throttling is minimal. The webcam's video quality is decent. The image looks reasonably detailed, but has an unnatural tint, and the microphone picks up some background noise. The Lenovo Yoga 7i16 is great for media consumption. It's fairly easy to carry around for a 16-inch laptop, and its battery lasts nearly 10 hours of video playback. Its QHD Plus display looks sharp and gets bright enough to combat glare. However, it isn't the best for darkroom viewing, as its low contrast ratio makes blacks appear gray in dim settings. Its factory calibration is outstanding, so you know you're seeing accurate colors. You can also get the laptop with an FHD Plus display, although it doesn't look as sharp or bright, and its narrow color gamut makes some colors look slightly washed out. Unfortunately, the speakers don't get very loud and sound unnatural, with almost no bass. Number 1. Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 11. The best Lenovo laptop we've tested is the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 11, 2023, a 14-inch ultra-portable. With a mix of aluminum, magnesium, carbon fiber, and plastic, this thin and light laptop feels sturdily built. It has Lenovo's much-beloved keyboard as well as a tactile and responsive touchpad. There's also a track point nub situated in the intersection between H, G, and B keys and dedicated buttons right below the spacebar, which some may find more convenient to use when typing, as you can keep your hand closer to the keyboard. You get an excellent 1080p webcam with a privacy cover, tons of ports, and Wi-Fi 6E. Biometrics include a fingerprint sensor and a facial recognition camera. Configuration-wise, this laptop is available with Intel 13th Gen U or P-series CPUs. These processors can easily handle general productivity tasks like text processing, web browsing, video playback, spreadsheets, and presentations. You can even do more intensive tasks like programming on models with the high-end Core i7 1370p. Graphically intensive workloads are a no-go, as you can only get this laptop with integrated graphics. Multiple display options are available, including a 2.8K OLED panel with full DCI P3 coverage. The storage drive is user upgradable, but not the RAM. The Lenovo Slim Pro 714 2023 is a good option if you need a device with a bit more processing power. You can configure it with an AMD Ryzen 5 7735HS or Ryzen 7 7840HS CPU, paired with an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 discrete GPU. We recommend getting the Ryzen 7 7840HS, as it's noticeably faster than the Zen 3-based 7735HS. As for the GPU, the RTX 3050 is a few years old, and the 6GB of VRAM can be limiting, but it can still handle relatively heavy workloads like video editing and 3D graphics. The downside is that you can only get up to 16GB of soldered RAM. Also, this laptop has been discontinued, so it may be hard to find.